proper Barclays, Newcastle, Liverpool at St James's Park.
Liverpool had to go with 2 up top with Isak and Ekitike.
Arsenal don't score a ton of goals. They do rely on their defensive stability to get them through games a lot.
And then game week 1, just out of nowhere, Chelsea were just rigid, stale, and just...
Concert to Matty Cash.
Florian Wirtz could be that heavy hitter.
Big L.
The FPL show is back. We're looking ahead to game week 2 with Matisse, with Nick. We're going to look at all 3 of our teams. We're going to talk captaincy. We're going to talk Eze as well. First up, Matisse, how'd you get on in game week 1? Good start?
I don't feel good.
Ooh.
Like, you know when you pick your team and you feel like, I didn't prepare past the first game week, clearly, because the numbers aren't great and the fixtures coming up aren't great for me either. So I'm in the mid-50s. I feel like that is the average. So I'm just doing okay, but I don't feel good.
Double Chelsea attack he had, Nick.
Yeah.
And he had João Pedro captain.
Captain, that's pain. That is real pain.
West Ham this week, there's hope. Did you back your boys?
So I only went Bruno in my team. I got Dorgo on the bench, but I reckon next game week I'll bring him in possibly.
Yeah.
I got 59 points. Reijnders saved my week a little bit.
Yeah.
However, I did tell you before the show I made a very impulsive decision.
Go on.
Konsa got red carded.
Yeah.
I first thought that he might be out for 3 games. I now find out that he's out for 1. Big L. The second L was I assumed he would go down in price and I'd have to change him to a 4 million defender. So impulsively, on the night where he got sent off, I was like, right, let me make a transfer now. And I made a sideways move to cash, which I'm now very, very, very much regretting. Because I saw Villa's fixtures and I thought they had good fixtures. And I thought, you know what, I want to keep a Villa defender. But I should have just stuck it out with Konsa for 1 week and then brought in someone else, possibly.
Yeah,
so that was a bit of an impulsive L on my part.
Yeah, you mentioned Reijnders there. Reijnders and Semenyo are the big movers this week. The world and their dog are buying one of those 2 midfielders. Talk to me about Reijnders, because 5.5 million for me, if you don't have him in your team and you can get there easily with 1 move, that's a transfer you should be making this week.
It's a steal. Listen, we all had a feeling before game week 1 that he could have a big part to play. He could have a really, really big upside because he's so cheap and he can get so many goals. Hopefully when Rodri's fit, then he still plays next to him anyway. But for 5.45, it was easy. I nearly went Anderson, which because of DEFCON points could be good, but Reijnders for his goals, for his assists, easy all day, go for him.
And your DEFCON 1 short on Bruno. You needed 1 more defensive action to get DEFCON. Matisse, let's start with your team, shall we? Because Chelsea play West Ham. It's a good fixture. You've got double Chelsea, so have I. We're both on Parma, João Pedro.
Triple, I've got James as well.
Oh, you got Reece.
I've gone crazy.
Right though, didn't he?
So, yeah, thankfully they kept a clean sheet against Palace, but I need Palmer and João Pedro to step up against West Ham. I need goals, I need assists, because these two, Chelsea got good fixtures up until Man United away. They've got all London clubs, so they've got Brentford, they've got Fulham, West Ham next. I need points from these two, because these two are like the reasons why I don't have, say, Salah or I don't have Haaland. Reijnders is now 5.6 million actually now, so he's gone up by a point, which obviously means I can't straight swap him for someone. So, So
we'll talk captaincy in a minute then. So, but without captaincy, your plans for this week? No transfer yet?
Transfer-wise, I am looking at maybe Wirtz away at Newcastle. Again, not sure about how, because they're going to kick the living daylights out of Liverpool, let's be honest, after the Isak situation. So it's the likelihood of someone actually flourishing away at St James's Park with all of those kind of reasons around it is probably quite low. Ekitike as well. I've got him. He's someone that was obviously going to go to Newcastle to replace Isak. Liverpool get him. So now he's going back to a club that, he didn't play for, but there's a bit of spice there as well. So, and I've got Livramento Hall. I've got a lot of players in that fixture. So I'm thinking, do I transfer one of them out? Because someone's not going to do very well out there, but let's see.
It's a hard fixture. That's the one that always has goals, though. I feel like that's a proper Barclays, Newcastle, Liverpool at St James's Park basketball match end to end. I didn't want to talk captaincy yet, but I'm captaining Salah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Darwin Núñez came off the bench, 2 goals? Yeah, it's always a bit... See, my thought process is it going to be so hostile, and is this whole situation so unique that Newcastle use that to advantage to really take it to Liverpool and go on and win the game? Having said that, if they take it to Liverpool, then Liverpool have counter-attacking players who can really hurt them on the transition. So I am tempted by... Salah is my favourite option because I haven't got Haaland. If I had Haaland, I'd go Haaland. If you have Haaland, probably go for Haaland. But I have got Watkins, who's away against Brentford. Brentford... old team, so there's a bit of history there, but also Brentford did not look good in the first game week. Although Villa, having said that, also didn't look amazing going forward. Newcastle done well to nullify them. But I just hope... I've also got Morgan Rogers as well. So if he and Watkins can combine... I'm tempted by Watkins. I am tempted. But if he blanks and Salah does well and Haaland does well, then I'm really, really in trouble.
Eggs in baskets, though. When you already have a double attack, do you then look at it and go, double attack, do I really want to go captaincy? It's effectively triple a cap. I mean, it's what you did last week. You doubled up on Chelsea attack by captaining them. If they do blank, it's like eggs in baskets. That's a lot gone.
Yeah, and I also actually just realised I did bring in Gabriel for Frimpong, so I had to take a Liverpool player out of there because I had three Liverpool and 2 Newcastle for one game. It's a bit too much. Arsenal at home to Leeds, so...
Oh, as in you already made the transfer from
Yeah.
Right.
So
those guys made your transfers early.
Yeah, so Gabriel in for Frimpong, home to Leeds, and you know that Arsenal are heavily relying on set pieces, and he's the main threat as well. So I'm hoping that he'll head from a corner. But yeah, double downing on any team, which I've done actually way too often, as I can see here. Double City, double Newcastle, double Liverpool, double Chelsea, for triple Chelsea.
Yeah,
it's
I don't mind that
risky game.
Mate, you mentioned the set pieces. We get Declan Rice corners from one side. We have Saka corners on the other. Arteta clearly, like the amount of hours these guys must put in for set piece training, because clearly they're very good at them. It's quite boring to watch, but it's what Arteta does, right?
It's like American football tactics, set pieces. Yeah,
honestly. Eze, he's not going to take set pieces. Unlikely at Arsenal. And Eze is a Crystal Palace asset, is this 90-minute man that took about half the penalties. He was sharing them at times with Mateta on everything, right? The real heartbeat of the team, and a brilliant fantasy option because of it. Is Eze at Arsenal a worse fantasy pick? Even though he's in a team that will score more goals, but not. Is he going to be a 90-minute man? Is he going to be on set pieces? You think probably not.
Yeah, it's one of those weird ones as well. Where will he play as well? Because if he plays as a left winger, I don't think Eze is best as maybe a left wing. I think he's better in the middle, dribbling kind of in central areas, attacking the back line, maybe as like a left 8, which is where Rice has been playing. But then what do you do with Odegaard? Because they're not going to drop Rice, they're going to play Zubimendi. So Eze versus Odegaard is an interesting mix. Odegaard obviously a couple of seasons ago was great in FPL because he scored like 15 non-penalty goals. And then you've also got if he goes left wing, who's going to overlap? Because again, tactically he likes to come inside. Lewis Skelly wasn't played in first game week. Calafiori was. I don't know with Arsenal. It's difficult to kind of think who's going to be what. And also, Gyökeres could take the penalties now from Saka.
Yeah, so, I'm hearing he is.
Yeah. Okay, well then, so Eze is really already down the pecking order on penalties. So, but free kicks, who takes the free kicks for Arsenal?
Would be Rice, Saka, Odegaard sometimes.
They like the in-swinging corners. So corners from each side, a left foot from the right, from Rice.
Declan Rice on the left side, Saka on the right side.
And those direct free kicks we saw from Rice in the Champions League.
Against Real Madrid,
So he's earned that spot now. Okay. Interesting one on Eze.
The thing is with Eze as well, Arsenal don't score a ton of goals. They do rely on their defensive stability to get them through games a lot. And so that, for me as well, does make Eze a little bit of a less attractive option.
Do they need goals from Eze, who... Apart from last season, he got 8 goals, 8 assists. The previous 2 seasons, he outscored himself over assisting. I think at least he was in the team then creating. Do they need him to take shots? And Saka and Odegaard are more the provider on the right, and him and Gyökeres on the left are more goal, shot friendly. If that's the case, then he could be goals from left wing or 10, and then you're getting more points for goals from midfield. Yeah,
I think a bit of both, but I also just think Arsenal just need a threat on that left side because Martinelli's not a threat enough, and so they go fine. We're okay giving Martinelli a bit of space as long as we cover Saka's side and Odegaard's side. Now there's something to worry about on the left side. So could that actually free up Saka and give Saka a bit more space and a bit more threat to score goals? Is that making him more attractive? Possibly.
Watch this space on Arsenal and Arteta. I love the fact that it hijacked Spurs, but also it was that Havertz injury was the trigger. All right, let's move on from your team then, Mattia. I mean, I think you're well set. Let's just touch on captaincy. Cole Palmer, you're set there, are you?
Yeah, I have to.
Could ruin your weekend. It's a Friday night game. If that goes badly.
Well, Chelsea beat West Ham here last season very comfortably. And Cole Palmer was part of that. So I'm hoping that he kind of rediscovers his form again. He was actually really good in pre-season. He was hitting shots off the bar. He did really well against PSG, obviously getting the 2 goals. And then game week 1, just out of nowhere, Chelsea were just rigid, stale, and just, not very inventive. But I'm hoping West Ham, not a great start in game week 1, battered by Sunderland. Not looking great under Graham Potter. And I feel like hopefully Chelsea can take advantage of that.
No open play goal in the league since January worries me a bit. But you're right, you look good pre-season. Nick, let's have a look at your team. You've made just mate, Konza to Matty Cash. One precious transfer.
Why is that
a week.
so bad?
Well, it's like
It's just not needed.
it's a waste.
It's a waste of a game.
It's a waste.
It's a waste of a transfer. It's very sideways. Same. I mean, you could have had Esteve off the bench. He's got Sunderland at home. Like Esteve's going to probably outscore Matty Cash, and then Konza's back in the team next week, and you saved that valuable transfer to buy premium players that are going to hit high points.
It was a super impulsive decision, and to be fair, a mate of mine said Konza's going to go down in price, and I believed him. I took his word for it, and I was like, right, let me get him out of there before he drops, because if he dropped to 4.4, then I've got 4 million defenders to go off, which I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, bad decision. But this week, I've currently got the captaincy on Salah.
Yeah.
But I am, like I said earlier, I am very, very much considering Ollie Watkins. But like you said earlier as well, it's a risk, because if Villa blank, then you've got Rodgers and Watkins, then you're really in trouble. But the upside is if they do really well against Brentford, then you're winning. So yeah, we'll see. And also another one I'm considering is, do I still play Pedro Porro despite the fact that he's away to Man City?
It's a hard game on paper, but mate, I'm going old school in my team. I'm going 4-4-2, and I'm putting Pedro Porro in instead of Dewsbury Hall. So Dewsbury Hall has got a good fixture, right? Home to Brighton. But Pedro Porro feels like routes to points. He can get defensive contributions. He'll play as a wing back.
Yes,
Thomas Frank plays wing backs.
3-5-2.
Exactly. Yeah. Like when he's playing against the big boys, that's what Frank does, right?
Yeah.
Porro won all the free kicks since Maddison is out. I like the Porro pick, and I love the fact we're split on captaincy. Palmer, maybe Watkins, Salah. If you own an Arsenal attacker, you go there. If you own Haaland, you go there.
Yeah.
No right or wrong this week. I like that.
Yeah. I think in general we've started quite nicely. There hasn't been an obvious template like in previous years. There's been a very obvious template that everyone's gone for.
Yeah.
It's been very mixed so far this
Do you
season,
think
which is nice.
Me having no Salah and no Haaland is crazy.
Yeah.
You need Palmer to be that guy that you can captain most weeks, which he might well be. He was at the start of last season.
Yeah.
But if he hasn't, then it leaves you short with the armband, because so many go Salah or Haaland every week.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it, man.
It's a risk.
Have you got another heavy hitter in there, like a Saka or a
Florian
Bruno?
Wirtz could be that heavy hitter. Cherky could have been that heavy hitter, and Buemo could be that. I've got a lot of guys that they could be heavy hitters. Like they could have that big season where it's like, okay, now their price point is really low, bit of a bargain. And Buemo obviously got 20 goals at Brentford last year. He's now in that Man United attack next to Cunha. I like their first game actually together. Sesko obviously coming off the bench against Arsenal. Cherky, big playmaker, big shooter, both feet. Man City feels like someone that should be there to supply, service Haaland. So he was really cheap to me as well. But I am very much I'm eyeing at Reijnders, because I feel like that price, even at 5.6, has gone up a digit now, which is just, they always do that to just annoy you. So you can't just make straight transfers. But I'm still looking at him, because I'm thinking at 5.6, if Eze's role at Arsenal's not clear, I'm making quite a lot of money next game week on that swap.
I left $500,000 in the bank, and I'm not even using it.
How do you leave $500,000 in the bank? I spend everything.
I couldn't get it in.
I just told myself, you've not got 100 million to spend this year, it's 99.5, and then have that 0.5 for the price rises. But I'm probably not going to make a transfer for a few weeks, and actually it probably would have had a better 11 without it. Look, let's see the best performing team of the week in the DR Sports League, right? Yes. Because Crusaders has absolutely smashed it. 108 big ones. And guys, if you're enjoying the show, hit those buttons, like, subscribe. But also, if you've got a question, comment below and we'll get back to you. 108 points, and I thought straight away he'll have Haaland and Salah in his team.
I think this one is actually KG.SA, so this is the other one.
Oh, there's two.
Yeah, there's two really good ones. This is the other one. Oh, there we go. Then now this is Crusaders,
102 and 108. And neither had... So this one's Haaland only, and the 108 team, I think, was Haaland only as well. So both got that double city attack with Reijnders. You worry moving forward for Ekitike, but Matisse, you've got Ekitike. Like, if Isak signs... That's a problem for his minutes, isn't it? He can play on the left, but Gakpo's playing well.
Yeah, it probably is. It is an issue for his minutes. I mean, unless Liverpool were to go with two up top with Isak and Ekitike, maybe they turn Salah and Gakpo into these kind of wide players that just hug the touchline. But it's a lot to fit in, especially when you've got Wirtz as well. It's very unlikely that all works. I've got Ekitike in there purely because I feel like Isak, it's going to get done right at the last minute. If Newcastle get a replacement, this is the key. Whistler's bid from Newcastle got rejected. Brentford rejected Newcastle's bid. So until they get that replacement, they missed out on Sesko. They haven't really moved for Jackson. Isak's not going anywhere, even though he's put out statements. So that means Ekitike is just going to keep getting more games. And his price point will probably go up, because if Isak doesn't go to Liverpool, then Ekitike is the clear number one striker. There's not really anyone else that will play that number 9 position. So, having
watched the first game week as well, having seen Ekitike in both the Community Shield and the first game, you almost wonder, do they really need to bid that much for Isak? Ekitike looks a real player, like really dynamic as well, can drop in. So if Isak doesn't go, Ekitike BTK becomes a serious candidate.
Imagine if they pull out. What's Isak going to do? You can't train with the kids all season. He'll be off to he'll be back on loan deal to Turkey or something.
He'll have to go back in that team.
Yeah, Newcastle did say we're happy to have him back when he's ready. So that's them saying, look, you're not going anywhere for now. Come back. But Isak's obviously not having it, so...
Mate, they went and signed his best mate. They went and bought Elanga, his Swedish teammate, to keep him happy, and then he's like, see you later. Well, look, it's not too late to be in the DR Sports Mini League if you fancy, so we'll put the link in the description, the league code. Come and join us and play against us in there as well. But look, we'll be back in a week. Good luck with your captaincy this week. It's a big one. No right and wrong this week, is there, fellas? You've got to just back your gut, I think, for captaincy.
Yeah, unless you have Haaland, maybe Haaland's the right one there. I don't know. I'm jealous that.
But you know what? City at home to Tottenham, Spurs actually tend to do very well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it might not be as easy as especially at back three. Back five, obviously.
Thomas Frank did well against PSG.
Yeah. It might not be easy.
I feel like Gyökeres could punish us as well.
Ooh, really?
No Havertz, 90-minute man. But look, guys, drop your comments below, hit the buttons on the way out, and we'll see you next time.